Hello coloring friends, today is Sunday and it means that we are going to see the result for our Finding Color weekly challenge. First of all, let me show you my new illustration covering my table. My previous one was ruined by my cats, and then I searched through the house to find something else to put on my table, and I was able to find only this, one of my daughter's school illustration, painting, seasons, I believe. We can see autumn here, winter, spring, and I don't know when I'll be able to go and buy something new to cover my table. Until that time I'll be using this one. I hope it will not distract your attention too much. And now back to our challenge. During previous week we were supposed to color castles. I got 35 submitted works. It's not that much, but it's not too little. Maybe there were not enough castles in coloring books and some people couldn't find anything, or maybe you just didn't like this prompt too much. Let me show you what I colored for this prompt. I chose this illustration by Laura Rafferty. This girl with a castle in her hair, and I was inspired by Game of Thrones, Daenerys, and I call this illustration Dreaming of a Red Cape. Of course it's not Daenerys. The girl has longish ears, so maybe it's some kind of elf, but I was inspired Daenerys, and that's why I colored her hair in this color. And we have a dragon here, and so as Daenerys, she dreamt about Red Cape, and that's why this castle is in red colors. I can't say that I'm too much excited about this illustration, about the result, and to be honest, while coloring I too was not that much excited. I don't know why. I just colored it and that's it. It was some experience, you know, once again to color face and to practice coloring this hair color, and then to think of the background, but I didn't feel much excitement about the whole process. I used Derwent Lightfast and Polychromos here, and of course a lot of white gel pen for these stars. The original illustration is like square, and when you print square pictures on A4 format, they tend to become a little bit smaller in size, and there's a lot of blank space around, and then it's really hard to think what to do with all that space around. But anyway, that was my result. It's okay, I think. Nothing that much special, nothing striking, but it's okay, I think. Now about your illustrations. We've got quite a choice of castles, big, smaller, and very small, even one sand castle. So it was fun to see all the illustrations. Turn out that in many Joanna Basford's books you can find castles there's some illustrations from Maria Trolle and Kirby Rosanes, and some other less popular coloring books. Interesting gallery of works. So now let's imagine ourselves princesses and see all these beautiful castles together. Let's go. So this was our gallery of castles. Thank you everyone who joined for this prompt. And now it's time to choose another prompt for the upcoming week and to find out what we will be coloring. For this I'm taking my magical box and let's find out. So friends, we've got prompt weapon or weapons, and for this prompt we can color any weapon, swords, knives, daggers, pistols, guns, spears, arrows, any. And I don't know to which category to put this prompt, complicated or simple. For me, I know it's going to be simple. I have a lot of fantasy illustrations where you can find knights with some kind of weapons, even girl knights, not only men, pirates as well. I can recall straight away some pistols, guns, and yeah, I do have quite a lot of illustrations for this theme, but maybe some of you would find this prompt not that much exciting, but anyway, this is challenge, and so we're supposed to color whatever prompt we get. So I hope you will join me in spite of not liking coloring weapons. So now I'm off to search through my coloring books. I'll be back soon. So I'm back, and what I can say, friends, that for this prompt weapons, I believe that I have the biggest amount of suitable coloring pages than for any previous prompt that we've already had. Just enormous amount. I even haven't checked half of my books. Fantasy themed color books. Almost on every page you can find some type of weapon, dagger, sword, spear, but in other books not connected with fantasy, there is well quite a big choice of weapons you can find, and so it was hard for me to choose even some books to show you, and not to mention what to choose for myself to color at the end. So for now I have chosen books that I haven't colored anything yet in, or where I have only one completed page, or something different, something more interesting. And let me give you a quick review of those books. Keanu Reeves, I can't start coloring in this book, though I want to. And so there's two illustrations that I can color for weapons prompt. The first one, quite peaceful illustration, Keanu cooking some food, and we can see a knife here. And the second illustration is he's representing a samurai, I think, or something, with this sword. Another coloring book that I haven't colored anything yet, and I've had this book for maybe 2 years now, and I love it, but for some unknown reason I can't start coloring in it. It's Kabuki Theater, Japanese coloring book. There is a lot of illustrations with weapon, but I do like this one. Somehow it appeals to me. I like this fish on the background and the guy's outfit. Yeah, maybe. Walls within walls. There's one illustration with very small weapons. Would be good for those who's not interested that much in coloring weapons. But we have a small dagger here and one here, but they're really small, and there's a lot of other stuff going on here. A small illustration from this small coloring book, Festivals of Nepal. I have only one completed page in this book, and I really love this illustration. This Nepali Raja protecting his queen, I believe. Queens of Poland. Surprisingly, there was an illustration with a weapon in this book too. There was one not so good Polish queen, and she is drawn with a dagger here. Again, only one completed page in this coloring book so far. Googly. Here I just love this illustration. It's not big, it's not double spread as many illustrations in this book. And there is another one, but this one is big one. There is something different and more simple from this circus coloring book by Sarah Walsh. This guy throwing knives, and there's another guy. Pirates and mermaids, of course, there's a lot of guys with swords, pistols in this book, but I've chosen this one more simple in case I don't have enough time, and then that I would have something more simple and quick to color. This pattern with skull and some knives. In this book by Chintaka Hirath, Saga Fire and Water, again I have only one completed page. There is several illustrations suitable for this prompt but I do like this guy, very unusual, mysterious looking. Who is he? I don't know, but looks interesting. And yet another coloring book with only one completed page, Mythos by Patrick Earl Alvarez. It's very interesting book dedicated to Filipino mythology, and there is this lovely illustration. This is goddess of war and poison, and as you can see she holds daggers, and there's some here as well. Very unusual style and interesting illustration, and just a few printed pages. Monegasque, I do love this fairy. Then Mariola Budek, a girl with a dagger. This is by Mr. Musette from Etsy, from his set of angels. I'm not sure what name of this angel is. The one that killed the dragon. Again, very unusual style. I do love it. And finally, Jeff Haney, a Viking cat. So quite a lot of really interesting illustrations, and they all are different in genre. So I don't know what I will choose at the end. I wish I had more time to choose several and be able to color them, but we'll see. I hope you will find something interesting too for this prompt and join me in the next challenge, next week's challenge. And that was all for today. See you next time. Bye.